Deputy of the Year.
This year's recipient is not being recognized for his performance in a single event, but for a body of work that displayed not only outstanding investigative skill, but the ability to accept any assignment given. Agent Dan McGill's work ethic is exemplary and shows a dedication not just to the victims, but also to the agency and to the deputies he works with. The following cases are just a small sample of the wide range of cases for which he is being recognized. After deputies broadcast the description of 3 suspects who had passed counterfeit bills at the local convenience store, Agent McGill took it upon himself to search the area on the chance he might observe the suspects. Agent McGill observed 3 possible suspects and used his interview skills to identify the vehicle they had been using. A search of the vehicle resulted in multiple counterfeit bills being located. The case was ultimately turned over to our Economic Crimes Unit, who identified these suspects as convicted felons operating an organized counterfeiting operation. As a result of his efforts in the General Crimes Unit, Agent McGill earned an assignment in the Special Investigations Unit. He hit the ground running, setting his sights on a large-scale drug trafficker that had proved untouchable for years. Although no informant would work with law enforcement, Dan used surveillance and other investigative techniques over a 4-month period that eventually provided enough evidence to obtain a search warrant for the target's residence, where nearly 200 grams of methamphetamine and $8,000 were seized. His interview of the suspect gained a confession that assisted in the dismantling of the organization and successful prosecution of the suspect. Perhaps the finest example of his abilities were displayed during his investigation of an explosive device case. Upon the initial response to an exploding mailbox call, deputies located evidence which appeared to be the remnants of an improvised explosive device. Agent McGill responded and through interviews learned that the victim had recently moved into the residence and that the landscaper for the property was owed money by the prior tenant. Witness interviews confirmed the suspect arrived early in the day asking about money he was owed. The suspect drove away, stopping next to the mailbox that exploded within a minute of him leaving. Agent McGill obtained video surveillance which enabled him to identify the owner of the vehicle, who was on felony probation. EOD members determined the device used to destroy the mailbox was a manufactured destructive device which was not constructed hastily. Throughout the night and into the early morning hours, Agent McGill drafted both an arrest and search warrant. Later that morning, the suspect was located and arrested. During the search of the suspect's residence, 2 suspected explosive incendiary devices were located. Agent McGill's efforts led to the arrest of the suspect and the recovery of evidence to substantiate the initial crime, as well as the recovery of additional improvised explosive devices. What doesn't show through in these calls is Agent McGill's ability to impart his knowledge to younger deputies in the agency. While speaking with the deputy in reference to a case, Agent McGill noticed that there were more serious charges that could be placed on the suspect. Taking time from his investigative caseload, Agent McGill worked with the deputy to develop the evidence and author an arrest warrant for this violent offender. Through his passion for the job, Agent McGill was able to assist this deputy in gaining greater knowledge about law enforcement casework. Agent Dan McGill represents the ideal qualities of a deputy sheriff and is an excellent example of the men and women working at the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. His investigative knowledge and determination has helped protect the citizens of Brevard County while removing criminals from our community. It is our privilege and honor to name him the Brevard County Sheriff's Office Deputy of the Year.